Hello everyone, welcome back to Momma Jo's Kitchen, or welcome if you're new here. Hey, it's about a little bit after 1 o'clock here, Eastern Standard Time, and I'm a little bit late getting started, but I'm trying to catch up to where I'm at right now. Today we are making homemade beef vegetable soup. And I'm taking this to a friend of mine whose husband just passed away. Please keep her and her family in your thoughts and prayers, if you will. Her name is Rose. And it's really, really sad. He passed away on her birthday. And, you know, we've been long time friends, and I know that beef vegetable soup is her favorite. I've known her for many years, so that's why I'm making beef vegetable soup. So in this pan right now that's heating up, we're going to saute brown our meat. And in this bowl, I have a roast that I have cut up into kind of like, not quite beef stew, but a little bit smaller than beef stew meat. And I'm just going to use a little canola oil because I actually ran out of my other oils. I need to get to the grocery store. So I'm just going to put a little oil here in the pan. That might have been 2 or 3 tablespoons. That's my kitten. He's Loki. He's rambunctious today. And in this big soup pot, because I've got a lot of ingredients to add here, I have 2 containers of beef broth. This is 6 cups. So I have 2 of those in there. So we got 12 cups, plus I added 4 cups of water. And that's got my stock pot here about half full. So I may have to add more, I may not. Okay, and then I have, it's okay, Tuck. I was looking for my tongs. They're hiding back here. We'll go ahead and get this meat in here and get it started. If y'all can see, I got all this stuff everywhere. So I got 2 burners going here, so I might get hot and start sweating. I hope not. Okay, now I won't be draining this, so I will go ahead and season this. I'm just going to sprinkle liberally. Same with the salt. And I might need some more of that in a little bit. And then I have some things back here chopped up. I've got 4 of those left over. I'm finally almost completely used up all the golden potatoes back from Thanksgiving. For those of you who don't know, I ended up buying 9 pounds of golden, little small golden potatoes, and I was going to make mashed potatoes and take it up to my son's house for Thanksgiving, but my mother got really ill and she was hospitalized, and I ended up staying in the hospital with her. But I've been using these potatoes for different things, mashed potatoes, and I think I might have just a few left. Not sure I'm going to be able to get them used up or not. Oh, I made potato rolls. That was another thing, a good way to use them up. And I'll be draining these, but we won't add these till we're about halfway done with our soup. So, you know, we don't have to cook this all the way through. It'll finish cooking in the soup, but I do want to get a nice little browning all over. And then I'm going to put my, I have chopped up celery over here. 2 stalks of celery, because this is a really big pot, so this is going to make a large soup. I have 1 small onion chopped up. And believe it or not, this looks like a lot, but it really isn't. This is a small head of cabbage. And I took all the hard pieces and everything in the core out. And that's going to cook down a good bit. And I'm finally using up the leftover cloves. I think this was 3 cloves of garlic that I have chopped up. And I might add a little minced or garlic garlic powder to this, just depending on the taste. I have a can of petite diced tomatoes in tomato juice. I'm not going to drain that. I'm going to put that whole thing in. And I'm going to taste it first after we get everything in there and get it cooking for a little bit. I might add tomato paste. I might not. I don't want it too tomatoey. You know, it just depends on, you know, how you like yours. You know, you might want more of a beef, you know, broth flavored than a tomato. And I also have, I bought this for another recipe. This is sprig, I got 2 sprigs here of thyme. And I'm not going to take it off of the stem or anything. When I get everything added in, I'll put it, you know, towards the top. And a lot of the leaves will fall off while it cooks. And then I'll remove the stems, you know. It's just added for flavor. Okay, so I'm trying to get this to come up to temperature. I might get some of my other ingredients, seasonings and stuff out. I'm going to let this get nice and brown. Then I'm probably going to remove the meat, and I'm going to saute my celery and onions. And I'll bring you back. Hey, I brought you all back because I just thought of something, you know, because this is not scripted. And I'm just going along, and I was telling you all about my ingredients. I pulled off the beef, and you don't have to. I just like to do it that way. And right now I'm sauteing the celery and the onions. When I get them a little softened to where I want them, I will be adding these things over here. But I forgot to tell you about the mixed vegetables. This is vegetable soup. And even though I explained to you about the tomatoes and the potatoes and the cabbage and stuff, I do have a bag of frozen vegetables, I think. Because nowadays, like when you go to the store, a lot of times you get them with carrots already in it. And that's what it was, because I was going to chop up my own carrots. They come with potatoes, and I didn't want to do that because I wanted to use up my potatoes. So I ended up getting a bag that has corn, green beans. I'm trying to think what else is in there. Is it peas? Yeah, and carrots. So those are the vegetables that, and I probably won't add the whole bag. I'll probably add about half of that bag. So I just wanted to come back on and tell you that, because, you know, somebody might have been saying when I was going over the ingredients, where's the you know, the green beans and the peas and all that? They're in the freezer, and we will be adding them. So let me get these softened up, and I might have to turn my stove up a little bit. This burner over here, for some reason, You know, like it's not red hot. It should be like red. So I'm going to get this turned up on this side, get this cooking, so it'll be ready when we add all this stuff, and I'll bring you back. Alright, I switched burners. This burner for some reason just takes forever. So I've finished sauteing here the celery and onions, and I did add the garlic, and then I added a teaspoon of the jar minced garlic. That's optional depending on, you know, if you like the taste of garlic. You don't have to use that much. Again, I'm making a really, really large. This is even larger than the one the Dutch oven that I usually use for, you know, chili and things like that. Okay, now I'm going to get start adding stuff here. It's not boiling yet, but it's getting hot. So I'm going to try to carefully. I think I'm going to use something like this and just carefully put the meat in. Okay, I'm going to add the sauteed celery, garlic, and onions. I think I dropped something there on the floor. I'll definitely have to get that up because I don't want my little doggy to pick that up and eat it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get my cabbage in. I may not put that small one in there because I need to see how much room I'm going to have once I get this cooked down, because we still have other things to add to here. I've got this can of petite diced tomatoes. We're about 3/4 full now. Maybe even a little more. Okay. I'm going to let this cook for a little bit. I'm going to put the lid on it and I'm going to keep an eye on it. I have mine on medium at the moment. I might turn it up, but I don't want it to boil over. I want to get it to a good boil, and then I'll drain my potatoes, and I'll add my potatoes to that. And we'll taste it a little bit and see if I feel like what it needs. If it needs tomato paste, see if it needs more salt, pepper. You know, I can add other dry seasonings to it if we feel like it. I have a roast beef base that I can add to it, and I don't want to quite add my I probably won't add my frozen vegetables because they don't take too long to cook until after I know my cabbage is cooked and my potatoes are done. Then I'll probably add, because when you add the frozen, of course, that takes the cooking temperature back down and everything. And, you know, I don't want my potatoes to be mush. Now, when my mother makes, personally, I would have loved it if I could have gotten her to do a video for us. In my opinion, she makes the absolute best beef vegetable soup you ever want to eat. But, you know, everybody cooks differently. And I think she cooks hers, you know, a long time on the stove. I think she pretty much throws all her stuff in from the beginning. But her potatoes are not mush or anything like that. But I do like, personally myself, I like my vegetables and everything more on the soft side. And not everybody likes it like that. So since I'm making this for someone else, I'd rather err on it to be, still has some firmability and bite to it than to cook it to death, if you know what I mean. Okay, well, let me get this. I might turn the temperature up. I'm going to keep an eye on it. And when I go to add some of the other stuff, I'll bring you guys back, okay? Hey, I brought you all down here so you all can see how this is starting to look, and it's starting to boil. And I did add those 2 sprigs, right there it is, do you see it, of thyme. And like I said, I'm just going to let it cook in there, but I'm going to try to remember to remove them. I'm pretty sure I'll remember that. I'm going to let this cook for a little bit to where I think the cabbage is starting to see, it won't take that long. So actually what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get these potatoes drained, and I'm going to add them because it's boiling. And then I'm going to turn this down also, because I don't want it boiling too hard too fast. So I probably turned mine down to about a 3. So like I said, I'm going to drain the potatoes, and while this is boiling, I'm going to get my potatoes added. And when I think that I have the potatoes where I want them, I'm probably going to taste it to see if it needs more salt, pepper. I'll probably add my vegetables, and I'm hoping Michael might do a taste test for you. He's not big on vegetables. Obviously, if you notice any of my videos, I'm very limited in what I cook usually for him. But most of the soup is going to Rose. So stay tuned. Okay, folks, I just wanted to show you. I did pull out those 2 sprigs of, here they are, and see how most of the little leaves have already come off of it. Here's the other one. And this soup is really, really good already. Now, the potatoes are starting to float, so I took one out and I tasted it, and they're almost done. They got a little bite yet to them. I tasted the broth. I think what I'm going to do is, it's good as it is, but I could up the flavor a little bit. So what I might do is take this little measurer right here, and I'm going to take a little bit of that hot broth and put it in this little measure. I'm going to put a little bit of this better than bouillon base in there, and I might put a little tomato paste, because I don't want to put a lump of that in there. Sometimes it takes a while to break down. I still have to add my veggies, so I'm getting ready to add my mixed vegetables to this pot. So after I do the beef bouillon and the tomato, and I'm going to mix it with the hot liquid and put it in here, I'm going to cook my veggies, and then lastly I will check them one last time to see if it needs anything. I might add a little Worcestershire sauce. I may not. I don't want to overdo it. But if you want more of like seasonings, now is the time, here at the end, that you can still add what you want to it. But see how those potatoes are floating? Okay, so let me do that, and I'll show you the end result.
On YouTube, here to taste test the homemade beef vegetable soup. You notice the crackers have absorbed the oil. They're good to go. These are from yesterday. So here we go. I like that. The chunks of beef are excellent. The vegetables good. The broth's amazing. 10 out of 10. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. That's really good. Joanne will tell you I'm usually not a fan of soup, so 2 thumbs up. Check out all Momma Jo's videos. Come back and get you some.